We are your home theater and AV questions answered. This is AVRant. Want your home theater or AV question answered by Tom and Rob? Send it to question@avrant.com. Welcome to AVRant. I'm Tom Andry, and I'm here with
Rob H.
Jeremy. Jeremy's dad tried out Magnepan's MMC speakers, and he's become a big fan. He's planning on purchasing a pair of Magnepan 1.7i's or 3.7i speakers for use in a 2-channel system.
It might actually be surround sound, given the processor he was looking at. But it's a pair of the large Magnepan towers. We know that. Yeah.
So Jeremy's dad had initially planned on using a NAD M17 surround sound preamp and a separate 2-channel amplifier, but now he's having second thoughts after hearing Jeremy's Denon AVR-X3300W. What did he hear?
I know, right?
What did he hear?
With what speakers?
What did he hear? What did he hear? I don't understand, but whatever. If his dad were to get a Denon receiver, would it have any issues powering the Magnepan speakers all by itself? It would have no problems whatsoever, as long as you didn't turn it up very loud at all.
Right.
Like, it would have to be super quiet. Because I know, I couldn't find anything on the 3.7s because I ran out of time. But the 1.7s dip into 2 ohms.
They do. They're 4 ohms nominal, and because they're 4 ohms nominal, if you took the sensitivity rating at what is normally into an 8 ohm load, so normally it's 1 watt into an 8 ohm load from 1 meter away, but because they're a 4 ohm nominal and dip down to 2 ohms, the sensitivity number actually needs to be adjusted so that it's similar to other speakers. It's like 82 dB efficient compared to most other speakers. So basically with 1 watt of power going into them, they're only producing about 82 dB from 1 meter away. We don't know how far away your dad is sitting.
This would not be a good match.
It wouldn't be my top recommendation, but here is something to be well aware of. That NAD M17 surround sound processor, so it's a 7-channel surround processor, it doesn't do Atmos or anything. No. It's $5,500.
That's a real expensive
and that's
processor.
Just the preamp.
Yeah.
He was going to get separate amps. It has to get separate amps to go. It doesn't have any amps built in.
Right. But it does sound like he's doing 2-channel because he's only buying a surround sound. I mean, he's only buying a 2-channel amplifier, so I don't know why.
Well, maybe he already has other amps or something, though.
Maybe.
You could get... Okay, so first of all, let's say he's not going to do 9 or 11 speaker Atmos. Let's say it's 7 speakers or fewer.
I think it's going to be 2.
So you start...
Go on.
Yeah, or it could be 2. But you start by getting a Denon X3300, right? You don't need the 4300 if you're not going to do 9 or 11 speakers. You can get the X3300, which can do 7 speaker processing, but it still has Odyssey Multi-Q XT32 with sub-EQ HT.
Yep.
That's sort of the important thing. It's $500 at Accessories for Less right now, okay? So you saved $5,000 on the preamp portion of this setup. That will buy you some very nice amplifiers that can connect to the X3300, which has a full set of pre-outs. Now, I would point you straight away to the Monoprice Monolith amplifiers, which are built by ATI. $1,000 will get you the 2-channel version. Let's say he's powering a 5-channel system with this. All right, that's $1,300. All 7 speakers, doing a 7-speaker setup, that's $1,500 for the Monoprice Monolith amplifier, which will absolutely power the Magnepan speakers.
Right.
No problem. So let's say he went for all 7 channels of amplification and the X3300. That's $2,000. You saved $3,500 over just the NAD preamp alone, not even the external amplifiers he was going to buy. This, to me, is a very easy decision.
Yeah, okay. So let's finish the question so that I can start getting mad. Are there any advantages to using the NAD separates over a Denon receiver? No. So let's go back up. Well, I mean, the NAD separates over a Denon receiver is the NAD has a separate amplifier section that can actually handle. Hopefully, I don't actually look at that. Whatever, he didn't tell us what 2-channel amplifier is going to use, so he might be getting some NAD also offers like Class D amplification too, which which may or may not work.
I assume it was going to be a NAD amplifier to go with the NAD preamp.
Yeah, but we don't know. We don't know. So
not for certain.
Yeah, so we assume that the advantages to going spending the $5,500 plus whatever you're going to spend on the amplifier over the receiver is that it would actually be able to power the speakers, which the receiver by itself cannot. But let's go back up to the after hearing your receiver. I don't know what he heard. About
was it connected to the MMCs? Could have been. Was it connected to your speakers, Jeremy's speakers?
But the receivers shouldn't have a sonic signature at all. I mean, what you may be talking about is like, I don't hear any hissing, I don't hear any of this, I don't hear any of that, which he may have experienced the last time he bought speakers. This is some dude's dad, so
it could have been an expectation as well. He's like, this is a mass market receiver. I was expecting it to sound bad, and it sounds just as good as what I have already. That surprised me. But, it could be that.
If that's the case, then I have no problems with this because this is exactly the way it should be. But there is absolutely no reason for you to spend all this extra money on NAD. NAD, okay, straight full disclosure, NAD hates me. Like straight up. I'm not even allowed in their booth. I don't think they remember anymore. Most of those people have probably moved on.
Well, yeah,
but
you'll probably be fine now.
I wrote a couple articles where I was like, your products are dumb. That's essentially what I said. Because they are. They're so dumb. They're just, they're overpriced. They don't do anything. And their explanation for not doing anything is because if we do too much, then the stuff we do will mess up the other stuff, and it'll be messed up because science. I mean, I can't fathom how this companies can go around saying stuff like this, and they do. That's what they do, and they're like, oh, we did this and then we did this. I'm like, yes, you were literally describing an amplifier. We know what that is. You're using other words to describe it, but in the end, you made an amplifier. Congratulations. We could hope you could do at least that. That said, right now, AV receivers, and for a long time, AV receivers have been very, very attractive as far as AV being a head unit for an AV processor. Having the amps in there that you're not using is not a big deal. They aren't sitting there, going, oh, he's ignoring us. We should mess up the video signal, or we should mess up the 2 channels. You're getting Odyssey. You're getting room correction. You're getting a bunch of stuff that you may never, ever, ever use. And if you never use it, that's fine too. But you're also going to get is a whole bunch of extra money to spend on a bunch of other stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're talking about just Rob's calculations is $3,500. I'm guessing it's going to be closer to $7,000 that you're going to save, because he didn't factor in the 2-channel amplifier from NAD that you're going to buy. That's probably going to cost at least as much as the processor.
Yeah, and if it is only 2-channel, I was factoring in a $1,500 Monoprice Monolith amp. That's 7 channels. Yeah. If you only need 2, it's only $1,000. $1,500 total could power this 2-channel system fantastically.
Yeah. And you're going to have all the bells and whistles that you may never need, but then again, you don't use them, it's not that big of a deal. So the way that you roll with this, Jeremy, is this. You get your dad to figure out what he wants, and then give you the money for what he wants. And then you go out and buy this stuff, right? And then you split the rest of it 50-50 with us.
Yeah.
I feel like
I'll take a $3,500 donation.
I feel like that's a fair trade. So your dad, you say, Dad, you're willing to spend this amount of money on all this NAD junk, right? Yeah. Okay, good. Give me all that and unmarked bills, no reason, and then I will bring you back something better for the same price. And then 50-50, buddy. Come on, hook us up. So, that's my suggestion. Want your question answered? Send it to question@avrant.com. AVRant.
Now go out and listen to something.